Hello, everyone. This is Josh Kriger, co-host of ETHDenver live at ETHDenver 2023 with Richard Carthon, my guest co-host today. And we are here with Ella Qiang, the VP of Ecosystem and Partnerships at Cronos Labs, who's creating an open source of internet value. It's so great to have you with us, Ella. Thanks for taking some time out to hang.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, it's been fun here. How's your ETHDenver been so far?
It's been very interesting. A lot of valuable conversations are happening, but also a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to tap into your background just a little bit more because I think it's really cool. Chronos is a public layer one blockchain that interoperates with both Ethereum and Cosmos ecosystems, backed by Crypto.com and more than 400 dApp developers and ecosystem partners. You're a veteran in the Web3 industry since 2016. You're director of partnerships at Stellar Development Foundation, followed by various roles in investment, advisory, and DeFi. I think it's really cool to see you come and be a part of ETHDenver. Like you said, like you came out here and you're seeing all of these people, and it feels a little bit overwhelming as this is one of the first big events that you've been to. I think that's a pretty bullish sign to see how many builders are here right now. Like, what's your take on just seeing this many people here?
Yeah, I think throughout the past few years being working full-time in this industry, like we've seen the bear and the bull cycles, right? But I think this time it really feels different. We're in the bear market, but everyone is talking about interesting ideas, innovative projects that they're building. I haven't entered into any conversation so far at ETHDenver that people are like talking about the price or everyone's talking about the project they're building. So I think it shows that as an industry, like we found certain product market fit and people are excited about what they're building.
Absolutely, and I think it's interesting how you guys formed that partnership with Crypto.com in terms of bringing together Web 2 and Web 3. Can you tell us more about that partnership and how it came into being and where it's at right now?
Yeah, for sure. So just to kind of talk a bit about like the origin of Cronos Chain, right? So Cronos Chain is started with Crypto.com's early support. So I think as a centralized license exchange, Crypto.com also want to continue this journey of onboarding this massive user base that they have over to the Web3 world. Because I think over time, we believe that the Web3 world is going to start to like capture market share. Maybe at some point might surpass the centralized platforms. With that idea in mind, Crypto.com became the early supporter of Cronos Chain. And the way that Cronos Labs partner with Crypto.com is Crypto.com has this huge user base of 75 million KYC users. They probably bought their first Bitcoin or Dogecoin on Crypto.com. Maybe because seeing some sports advertisements like F1, saw Crypto.com at different F1 World Cup, and then got curious about crypto, and then Crypto.com provide us really good products, easy, smooth experience for everyday users who don't know much about crypto to buy their first crypto. But the journey doesn't stop here, right? There's so much to do about the crypto and blockchain technology, so that they wanted to continue this journey. And you can see from their product suite, from NFT marketplace, they also have a non-custodial DeFi wallet. So the journey continues. So when the users bought their first crypto on Crypto.com and they start to play around and see, oh, there's an earn function, but then where does the profit come? Where does the APY come from? And then they discover, oh, there's actually different DeFi projects that are powering those APYs and earnings. And then Crypto.com also provide a lot of educational content to them. And they start to kind of learn more about what is DeFi, what is NFT, what is Web3 gaming. And then they venture to the non-custodial experience using Crypto.com DeFi wallet. So we partner actually very closely with the DeFi wallet where Cronos ecosystem applications are quite highlighted, on the interface. So people start to, play around with DeFi, and it's very interesting to see that a lot of our users, their first DeFi or DEX experience was actually on Cronos. They probably have never heard of SushiSwap, Uniswap, and then we do a lot of educational content and guiding them through onboarding them onto this Web3 journey. So that's kind of how we work with Crypto.com's team with their full suite of products and services.
Very cool.
And as you're like talking about that, you're building a really cool ecosystem landscape, and you're alluding to how to bridge that gap from people that are coming from Web 2 over to Web 3. Cronos is really partnering with Crypto.com to be that on ramp and to provide a lot of utility that can provide users with things that they don't even necessarily know that they're using, like Web 3, like the DEX and other things that you explained. So, what are some of the other things that Cronos is building right now to continue to expand and create things during this builders market?
Yeah, I think we're not there yet. Like, so it would be overstating to say that users won't tell the difference that they're using Web3 products. I don't think we're there yet in terms of user experience. This is us as a whole industry are trying to figure out. I think there's a lot of new innovations happening. To provide better wallet experience, get rid of seed freezes, etc. So baby steps, right? I think for now we are working on a few things. One is to provide better exposure and visibility of what you can do on Cronos Chain. So that involves having a kind of dApp store via Crypto.com DeFi wallet, so users can easily see what they can do with DeFi projects, NFTs, gaming, what kind of earnings they can get. So I think that's quite important because the Web3 space is so massive, so you need to provide that kind of visibility and education to guide people through on what they can do on Cronos, on Crypto.com non-custodial wallet. And then the second thing is really education, I think. So because our users are mostly very new to Web3, so we work with a lot of the applications who come to build on Cronos on educating them about the 101 on DeFi, on DEXs. A lot of people, when the first DEX VVS launched on Cronos, a lot of people don't even know what AMM is.
Right.
So yeah, it's very exciting. Those partners that are working with us, they also find that a lot of those applications are cross-chain. They're multi-chain approach. But when they come to Cronos, the feedback that we've been getting is they're able to onboard new users who have never interacted with them in the past. So it's not like we're trying to fight the same user pool with other chains. We're really trying to be this hub to onboard new users over to Web3, and then we are very pro multi-chain. So through Cronos, users can discover other chains or other applications as well, and then being sitting in between the EVM, the Ethereum ecosystem, and Cosmos ecosystem really give us this unique position to facilitate those cross-chain experience as well. But right now, our focus is still on making sure the user experience for new users that we onboard through Crypto.com is smooth, and we're getting there.
Yeah.
Awesome. And every great ecosystem, in addition to education, has some sort of accelerator program to onboard new developers and new founders that have big visions and help them tap into what you guys are doing. Can you break down the Cronos Accelerator program for us? What are the details? How do people get involved? What's that process look like?
Yeah, for sure. So with Cronos ecosystem, a lot of builders at the conference asked me, what are the programs you guys have to support builders to build applications or infrastructure? So we have two programs. One is the grants program, and then the second one is what you mentioned, the accelerator program, which I'm super excited about. So accelerator program is a 12 weeks long program, very hands-on. Every cohort we recruit about 6 to 8 projects. And then we, every single week, we have master classes, workshops, and each project will be matched with several mentors as well. There will be like an upfront investment from Cronos Labs with potential of follow-up up to 300K investment after the event. And then by the end of the program, we will have a massive demo day where we will invite about 100 angels, VC partners that we have to view the project presentation, and then we also support the projects with the follow-on fundraising journey. So it's really the program is really set up with a purpose to support very high quality elite projects that we believe will be the future star on Cronos, and also just in the Web3 space in general. We don't really limit them to be within Cronos, but really like to foster the future stars that can onboard billions of users onto Cronos. And a few verticals that we're focusing on are DeFi, especially like advanced DeFi, meaning that projects that the new DeFi primitives that doesn't exist in the market yet, projects that are focusing on onboarding retail users, and then gaming NFT infrastructure. I think this is still a massive building design space for that. That can easily onboard Web2 game developers to add Web3 elements into their games. And then the third one is infrastructure and tooling. So ZK solutions, DID, account abstraction, etc. So these are the focus for our second cohort. And the application is open right now. And yeah, if you're building interesting projects, definitely encourage you to apply.
Yeah, sounds like a great program. So you've done one cohort so far that's graduated, and now you're on the second.
Yeah, exactly.
So still early, great opportunity to get involved, and it sounds like it's a robust sort of ecosystem that you get to tap into through this accelerator program.
Yeah, exactly. And I think from our experience from the first cohort, some of the builders have been successful entrepreneurs in the Web2 space, and they told us this workshop really gave them a holistic training on the Web3 elements, not just the technical side, but also like how do you do community building, how do you do marketing, tokenomics design, legal, and then we match them up with different partners. They get like perks from all the infra partners. We have discounts like free credits. So yeah, people really enjoyed it.
Everyone loves perks.
Loves perks and loves guidance. So it's really cool that y'all have these accelerators, and it's great to see the early success of these cohorts. But as you look at Cronos, I'm sure you have a roadmap ahead for 2023 and some really cool things on the horizon. What are a couple of these things that you have on that roadmap, and what do you think are things that people should be excited about that you can talk about?
Yeah, sure. So with Cronos, this year is definitely exciting because I think this year there's going to be a lot of new primitives coming up. So we're observing and we're talking to all these projects as well. With us, I guess two focus. One is what does it look like in terms of future technical scaling roadmap for Cronos. So we're exploring different routes in terms of like roll-ups, as well as working with other projects in the Cosmos ecosystem to explore. Not too much I can share at this point, but stay tuned as we will announce in the coming months. And then the second one, also on the technical side, is being more interconnected to other chains. So as I mentioned earlier, like we are the first EVM chain that's built on the Cosmos SDK. So this allows us to, with the ability to connect with other EVM chains as well as Cosmos chains. Up till now, like we formed a lot of bridges, especially within Cosmos ecosystem, but primarily focus on building within Cronos, till now. But I think with our ecosystem have grown to a space where there's a lot of interesting use cases, cross-chain use cases can be explored. This year, we're gonna start to partner with other like blockchains, partner with other Cosmos chains. There's a lot of exciting things are happening at Cosmos. DYDX is building app chain, Circle is building app chain on Cosmos. So we're excited about these potential opportunities as well. Really facilitate and be on the forefront of facilitating this cross-chain experience for users.
And how do non-fungible tokens fit into your point of view, and how are you integrating non-fungible tokens into the ecosystem?
Yeah, so NFTs is always have a ton of activities on Cronos. I think if you look at the Crypto.com user preference, like they're very much into NFTs, into gaming. So I think a very interesting aspect that we're looking at is Crypto.com have, partnerships with big brands, right? Sports brands, entertainment brands. So we're exploring, using Cronos as a foundational technology, as a chain to power some of the use cases that Crypto.com's partners are looking at. So one example is during the World Cup, like Crypto.com has this partnership with Coca-Cola where they dropped NFT on Crypto.com marketplace, and those NFTs are actually living on Cronos. So those are one example, but we're exploring a lot of those high-profile partnerships.
Very cool. Well, this has been really educational for me in terms of what's going on in Cronos, and I hope that this is a meaningful experience being here at ETHDenver for you, and excited to stay in touch about everything happening, at Edge of NFT and OuterEdge.live coming up in a few weeks. We love to talk about the intersection between Web 2 and Web 3 and mass adoption. It seems like you guys are doing a lot to move the industry forward, so appreciate all that. If people want to stay in touch with Cronos, get involved, where do they go?
Yeah, just follow us on Twitter at Cronos Qiang. And then, we have our regular updates there. That's the best place to find us.
All right, well, thanks for spending a little time for us, and look forward to being in touch.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.